Hey guys, Anslinger here. So in this tutorial series I'll be teaching you guys how to make a car. More specifically, I'll be teaching you guys how to make suspension, everything to do with driving, but not how to build the body. So in the first tutorial I'll show you how to place the wheels and to place points with precision alignment. And I'll teach you as far as the suspension setup works. So with this car, the GTO, you have a 115-inch wheelbase. So I'm going to take the front point at 66 and 35 width, and the height of it I'll keep at 0. This is the first point, and as you can see it turns up right here, and the second point we'll have at the outer edge of the wheel, and you move the wheel like normal. Now second point I'll have at minus 49, and the reason for this is the 115-inch wheelbase, and you hold shift to sort of stack the prop. So that's 2 of the wheels, and if I were to move them to the other side, they'll be facing the wrong way. So I'll also show you how to easily mirror a prop. So firstly you go to the plane, hit boss, hit normal, select the center of your prop or the base plate, and you also need to change the plane that you're going to mirror across, and you do that simply by using the hit normal, and the plane will then be in the right position. The second thing you want to do, go to mirror across plane, select the plane and hold shift to rotate the wheel around. And to do this more simply, you can also hold shift and right click the second wheel, and it will do the last command you gave it. So this is the front and this is the back, and for the last part of the tutorial I'll show you how to make the suspension. And in the front it has a independent suspension. So the way I'll be showing you that is to have set the first point to the base, second point to the wheel, select the base and move the point forward. 45 will perhaps be a good value, and this is important. The height, no, the width should be at 0 because you want the center of the prop, and you set that, and as you can see it's in line. Now you can stagger this to one side or the other, so I can do say 12 inches and it will be right here. So this is what I'm going to show you. And for the second reason, when this one is going over bumps, you don't want it to go inwards, so you need to stagger this one upwards. So a good 3 inches upwards will do. And as you can see, now it's as you want it. Now the constraint for this I'll show you. It's from point 1 to point 2 as normal, rigid constraint on, and it will make a constraint from here to there. And also focusing on the front one, we can do a 78 inches, and this time you can move it a bit up because that will look good. and this way we'll make sure the wheel can move easier when it goes over bumps. And the next point, you will of course constrain it to the other side of the prop, and same thing again. And for the last one, it's 45, 54 again, and back down to 3. These are all personal preferences, so you don't have to do this in the way I do it. But for the car I'm making, the GTO, this is the most natural, or the most yeah, it's more real. Now for the rear suspension, this will have a live axle, but I don't want a prop showing in the back, because that takes weight, and it will have to be around twice the weight of the wheels, and our weight budget for the car is rather low. So what I'll be teaching you is how to make a propless solid axle suspension. The way you do it is you use the center ball socket constraint, and you go from one wheel to the other, and you go from the other wheel to the first one again. And this way the two wheels are locked together. And to show that, I'll take a quick duplication of it. And as you can see, the wheels move in unison, like if they had an invisible prop between them. And they can also turn in their own pace. So the way you make the roping for this is you click mass center again, and also the wheel, and you want to stagger this in a fashion. Remember, the wheels are at 49, and you can do 29, 20 less inches on that. And this is also important, that you move the props, the points outwards, and this can also be a little bit higher. Actually, 3 is fine. And you set the first point and the second point, and you rope it again, and you switch the side again, and do another rope. But as it is right now, it will go up and down, but it will also go from side to side, and we don't want that. So the way we do this is to add a stabilizer rope from one wheel to the point on the opposite side, like this. You don't need one on this side, because that would sort of ruin the handling of the car. But that's the way you do the suspension setup. And this can also be used in rock crawlers that you want lightweight, and this can be used on any racing car. Lastly, what I'm going to show you is what I usually weigh lightweight cars, and this one is now at 24, and we don't want that. So we want this at 650, and for each wheel we want them to be lower than their standard weight. So 75 or 50 is a good weight. Now I could do these ones at 75 and do the rear ones at 50, because that will give it a more traction in the front, and it's less likely to oversteer. No, understeer. And the last thing you want to do is you want to go to spherical collisions, or make spherical, if that's the thing your tool is called. and you want to click each one of the wheels. Now this will redo all the constraints except the no collide. So this way you will have to no collide each wheel to the base, and also front wheel to front wheel and rear wheel to rear wheel. You don't actually need the rear wheels to no collide with each other, because they'll never hit each other anyway. And to test the suspension, we can take a dupe and then freeze it. Now, some important things. I've built this car from north to south, or from south to north, or whatever it is, but it's on this axis. And there is a reason for that, because when we get around to doing ball sockets, this is very important. And it's also always frozen. Now this version of the car will never be unfrozen, ever, unless there is a dupe of it. And then in the next tutorial I will show you how to make the suspension with elastics, and I'll also show you how to do the ball sockets. So until then, stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.